that one thing that is caused through grief is diabetes. Mommy mentioned cancer the other time. Diabetes is one thing, and the Lord said I should talk about diabetes, but I will not talk about it per se. If we don't have any one person here that have been diagnosed recently of diabetes. Is anybody here that have been diagnosed recently of diabetes? Is anyone here that have been diagnosed recently? You have? Anyone here? I understand that you may not really want to raise up your hand. It is understandable. But I will still say it so that you will not set up yourself for diabetes. Cancer is caused by intense emotion under grief and any other event of life. The one major thing that it causes is feeling that life is meaningless. And when we talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, which I will mention 6 aspects now, and I want you to be very attentive at what I want to analyze now. People talk about post-traumatic stress disorder only from the emotional aspect. I will be talking about it from 6 aspects, and I will start from the brain. One of the things that happen is fear. One evidence that you are having neurological issue under grief is that you are always afraid of tomorrow, afraid of next day, especially when rent is almost due, school fees almost due. How many of us have that intense fear? Your brain, that one is not spiritual. Your brain stored informations of the past, of your past. The part of the brain that is in charge of that is called the amygdala. It's called the hypothalamus. It is a place where events are stored. And it is very serious on women because women can remember events of 30 years. So the events, your relationship has been stored in your hypothalamus. So because you refuse to heal, when you sleep, your brain begins to bring memories, but begin to bring it like new events. Now the spiritual risk in it is that you are setting yourself up for what is called necromancy, the communication with the dead. And as long as you are communicating with the dead in the dream, your communication with the Holy Spirit of God is not going to be strong. It is either you are speaking with the Holy Spirit or you are speaking with another spirit. That was why when King Saul went to the witch of Endor caused the spirit of the dead. It is not the dead man, the witch of Endor operates by familiar spirit that brings the spirit of the person you know. Why did the woman that functions, the left side of the brain functions emotionally? That was why Delilah was able to convince. The day Samson told Delilah the secret of his power, Samson shifted his brain from the logical reasoning side to the emotional side. Are you picking anything from brain science today? Yes. But when you become widowed, your brain begins to function more on the logical side. You begin to function like a man. You begin to take responsibility. You begin to teach yourself, if my husband was helping me before, I have no help from the husband again. How much more? Many of us are the one helping the husband that even passed on. So anytime you find helplessness, there is hopelessness coming. And when hopelessness comes, several things begin to come. I study suicidology and homicidology. There is a level you get to, and the next thing you are thinking is suicide. At that point, there is nothing left in you that has hope again. That is why the Bible introduced Jesus to us in various names. In Colossians chapter 1 verse 27, Colossians 1:27, he said, Christ inside of me, he is the hope of glory. Number 2, your behavior. Number 3, your body. Number 4, your beauty. These 4 things, if you follow what we'll be discussing today, in the next 1 year, you will come back and testify. Amen. How many areas did I say therapy affects? Number one, your brain. Number two, your behavior. Number three, number four. Do you know the behaviors is the aspect in Christianity that can be called holiness or sin? The behavior that can be grouped as holiness and sin is controlled from the brain. So we are going to be looking at professionalism today. How many of us here have heard about therapy before, or we've been under a therapist before? How many of us please? Anyone under grief disorder? Anyone under grief disorder usually have a lot of things. We now mention three major ones. Number one, you begin to have identity disruption. What is identity disruption? You begin to feel like a part of you died when you died. I mean, the first have that feeling again. When the man died, it's like you are the one who died. And when you wake up in the morning, you keep feeling like how do you know you have that feeling? You begin to ask yourself, what am I living for? How do you know you have that feeling? You begin to say to yourself, if not that I have children, I should just go and rest. If you are having that kind of mental issue with you right now, you need grief counseling, and that's what we are doing here today. You begin to have low self-esteem. Do you know that you have the right to destroy low self-esteem by yourself? How do you destroy it? Stop comparing yourself with any other person on earth. Man, stop comparing yourself with a married woman. You are not married. Am I talking to somebody today? Be okay with yourself. It is your story. It is your life. By the time I discovered what trauma had done to my life, I discovered it in 2024. I discovered it started in 1986 when I was in JS1. Now, let me now bring professionalism into my conversation. If we have 4 widows, you can't have the same experience. And I will tell you why. Some widows, their mother is a widow. Their sister is a widow. Their husband is the child of a widow. You are not going to compare the experience of that person with a woman who has been widowed twice or thrice. Jesus told us of a woman who was widowed, I think was it 6 times in the Bible. He said anytime the woman marries that man, the woman will die, the man will die. Another one, another one, another one. I don't know how to, I don't know, if I can't be the grief counselor of that woman. A woman who was taking care of her husband before the husband passed on will not experience trauma like the woman who was being taken care by her husband. Her in-law lost her. I can see someone doing like this already. You see, once the in-law does not love you for marrying their son, if that man dies, you are into bigger trauma. Am I talking to somebody today? Mommy, please, am I making any point? My father and my husband, for thy maker is thy husband. The one who looks at himself and says, the widows and orphans, leave them to me. The one who gave himself, one of my names will not just be the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I shall be called the husband of the widow. You know what it means for you to know that you have a husband, the possessor of heaven and earth. The one who said, greater love no man has. Do you know what reality I want you to have in your pocket today? Can I tell you that reality? Everyone on earth shall be widowed or widowed. Shall be widowed one day. Have you talked about that reality before? Whether you are a man or a woman, you shall be widowed one day, especially if you are married. As long as you marry, you shall be widowed one day. So if mine comes earlier, let it be my cross.
You will come and learn from me very soon. A woman called me on phone one day in